Hello, this is Hattie Hasan from Stopcock's Women Plumbers and the founder of the WIT conference. And it brings me great pleasure today to introduce you to Martin Brown, the MD of Williams. Hi, Martin. Good to see you here.
Hi, Hattie.
For agreeing. Thanks for agreeing to talk to us.
No
Now,
worries at all.
it always intrigues me, and I ask this same question of our continuing sponsors. This is the second year you've sponsored us. Why have
Yeah.
Williams come back, and why is it such a good idea for you to for women to come into our industry?
Yeah, so I think I would jump in quickly. Certainly from my perspective, I don't think in Williams we looked at it as anything too different. We have plenty of women working in our business, and we don't particularly sort of think, oh, they're there because they're women. So we've got a broad spectrum of people working in our business. In terms of the place last time when we helped up some sponsorship, I know some of the individuals who attended thought it was really good. So I would certainly say from a Williams perspective, we're comfortable to support what we can. We've got some fantastic women in our business. And yeah, we would happily support and try and make things as good as possible for everyone.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean the people that are supporting us, what they've tended to do is they tend to, it's like you think, well, what's the difference? What's the problem?
Yeah,
Woman, man, anyone can be in our business. But the reason why we have this event is because there are so few of us. And
yes,
so
absolutely.
we're really, really hoping that one of the things that we can do by having this event, by talking to people like yourself, is just to try and encourage women who've been thinking on it, perhaps women on the periphery, and also people who come to our event we have a lot of trainees come to our event,
Yeah,
and it's really brilliant for them to network with experienced engineers and to get that kind of feel good about creating a community. Because there's one
yeah,
thing that I've noticed in the 30 years that I've been in the industry is that if you talk to any tradesman, you can bet he's going to know another tradesman. But unfortunately, tradeswomen, you can't say the same. There
yeah,
are lots of them who've never met another tradeswoman. So
yes.
it's really it's great that you've got tons working in yours. And I think that, you're a merchant, and as a merchant, uh, it's really important that we're welcomed into the branches. And from a personal perspective, I've always found Williams, whether they be online and when you started having branches, to be brilliant at customer service. Not the truth can be said about all the merchants, I've got to say, but Williams in particular, we do. So again, I mean, I will be gushing and saying thank you more
That's
than
okay.
once, because it's because of sponsors and people like yourself
Yeah,
supporting us that means we can have this event. So
yeah.
t- can you can you tell me why you think we should have more women in our industry?
Well, again, I would certainly say, just a quick couple of things here. Currently in Williams, about 22% of my workforce is women. I mean, when you walk into some of our trade counters, we probably sort of see more tradesmen than tradeswomen. And I look at my own home. My wife's at home at the moment. She'd be comfortable for a tradesman or a tradeswoman to come there. So I would certainly say for us, you kind of look at who our current staff are, how we can encourage more people to get into the industry. My customers, they're going into homes quite a lot. I mean, that is a bit of seeing a guy or seeing a woman. So certainly, I think the ability to bring in more people into our industry, which maybe in the past, the word we use tradesman a lot is probably meant it may many moons ago it was a tradesman that did it, but yeah, it's a tradesperson. We're tradeswomen. We're comfortable to encourage it, but certainly one of the things I would imagine has probably changed over the years, and this is my own view. My wife certainly at times at home when people were coming, or we've got someone coming on the weekend or so forth, would have probably welcomed the opportunity. It's very interesting. Actually, down the road where I live, there's a lady who does the gardening around the whole area.
Right.
I mean, yeah, my wife would say at times I may have been more comfortable with a female gardener than a guy coming around. So for me, I suppose it's just realizing that we want to encourage anybody. And if we've got our customers are split. So why not encourage it?
Okay, but can I just want to push you a little bit,
Yeah,
because everybody says I want to encourage everybody,
yeah,
but we really want to encourage women because
yeah,
So can I push you just a little bit to say that you would support more women coming into the industry, as opposed
Yeah.
to we want to encourage everyone? Because I'll tell you
Yes.
why
Yes.
I'll tell you why I say that is because a lot of the things that we hear from tradeswomen is that I know from companies is that once they start taking into account the women in their workforce, it's actually a nicer environment for everybody. So in some ways, encouraging that sector of society makes it a nicer place for everybody, whether they're man or woman. And so that is why I think that's why we focus on women, but the reason why we focus on women is not at the exclusion of anyone else. It's
Yeah.
so that everybody else can be included. Does that make
Yes.
sense
Yeah,
to you?
absolutely. As you say. So yes, sorry, yes. So I would certainly say from that aspect, yes, we would be very happy and encourage more women coming to our industry. Absolutely. And I think within Williams we do. Certainly within Williams we do. But certainly if you look at, as you say, the tradesperson who's on the tools, so to speak, yes, I would imagine if I quickly flash my mind to how many females I see walk into our trade counters in particular, yes, I think it would certainly wouldn't do us any harm and should be encouraged to try and get more females coming in.
Do you think that if you were to, well, we publicise certainly that Williams are a great supporter of ours,
Yep.
and in fact, we've. I was going to leave this a surprise. Are you coming to our event, by the way?
I'm personally not. I'm abroad in a different country, but I
Oh,
know we've
okay.
got a number of our people that are coming,
I'll
and we
let
are
you off
bringing
then.
some customers. Yeah,
I'll let you off then, since you're going to be,
yeah.
in. I can't say warmer climes. It's 30 degrees outside,
I
but
think it will be a
anyway.
little bit warmer where I'm going, but yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
fantastic. But one of the things that we wanted to do this as a surprise for you at the event, to actually award you with a certificate
oh,
that
okay,
that just shows that you are a supporter of tradeswomen, and that's
magic.
because you've come back, you know, on a number of occasions, twice, and you've always been supportive of us in smaller ways, but your
Yeah,
support of the event has grown, and it's so we wanted to award you with a investor in tradeswomen certificate,
that's
and it would be amazing if you could display that somewhere, show it somewhere, use it in your socials, because I think that when we've got good supporters on board, other people will say, "What's so good about that? Let me have some of it."
yeah. I would certainly say that is most definitely something we would be very proud to talk about. And yeah, no, absolutely, that's a very nice thing. If I look at the moment now, I know we're helping work with sponsoring the Sally Kettle, one of the speakers at that
Sally's,
place.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
so certainly I would say our involvement in this has changed. It's the same, but I certainly look at now. I know we've got some people going up, but so yeah, my Williams people will certainly be supporting that, and we would welcome that little certificate, and we'll certainly shout about it.
fantastic, fantastic. It's even in a frame,
Oh, there you go
actually.
then. There
Even
you go.
framed it for you, so you can put it on your desk.
Yes.
No, I don't
Now
want
we
to.
have
I don't
a
want
we
to
have
go.
a nice display area in our central support
Oh,
offices, but
fantastic.
certainly things like that in the world we live in nowadays, you tend to display that stuff on the media.
No, that's great. That's really good. Because, I mean, I think that a lot of women have a bit of a hard time when they go into merchants. I know we don't I've never had a hard time
Good,
at your
good.
place, but I've had a hard time at other places where we've been ignored. And I don't know if merchants can do, is there anything you think that merchants can do to encourage more women to come into them?
The best way I would say is it has to be a friendly environment. And prior to I've been with the business 6, 7 years now, so I didn't come from the trades world. I come from a different industrial world. And the one thing when I first joined Williams, so my industry experience in trade is only within Williams, and I
Right.
was amazed from day one how friendly and relaxed it is, and it was a really nice atmosphere. So certainly I would say, and again, I can only speak from our kind of view. We make it a nice environment. But I do think, yes, if you were, how can merchants make it a bit more diverse and make it a bit more encouraging to people? Just is that first approach that we should understand. We're a trade only plumbers merchant,
Yeah.
but the reality is the people who walk into our trade counters should be and only would be in the trade.
Yeah.
So we don't have people walking in, just general shoppers
Off the
walking in.
street,
So
so to speak.
yeah, off the street, so to speak. So anyone who's coming into our world knows what they're doing and is coming in for something. So yeah, I would certainly say make it as encouraging. It's about the basic impression and the vibe and feel of a place. So yeah, certainly merchants make it as nice as possible. We're all from that trade environment. We may have to mind our P's and Q's occasionally, and just bear in mind we're dealing with a multitude
Yeah.
of different people.
Yeah. I mean, P's and Q's. I mean, I can P and Q with the rest of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
So to speak, F and Jeff, as I think I call it.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it's not only about that, is it? I mean, I think our event is always a really brilliant day, and it's a shame that it's not a shame for you because you're going to be in a fantastic holiday location,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it is always a really good day, and well, it remain. What in your personal perspective, what would you say to anybody who wants to enter our industry? There's a dog crying in the background.
Yeah.
This is live, everybody.
Yes.
But what would you say? What would you say, Martin, to any young women, girls? I mean, I happen to know a little bit about you personally.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to use a great thing, and I'll try not to be too emotional. So I have a 19-year-old son, a 16-year-old daughter. If my daughter wants to do what she wants to do, she's going to do it, and nothing will stand in her way. So I'm a father now with a young daughter going to go into the wide world, come out of school, and I wouldn't want anything to block her or make her feel she can't do anything. And that's a genuine call. So I can only apply it from that aspect of my life where I've got somebody in today's society where my daughter is going to go out into the world, and whatever she wants to bloody well do, she should be able to do. So I would say to anybody, and interestingly, certainly in our world of tradespeople, I said before, I didn't come from this world.
Yeah.
Tradespeople are a fantastic bunch of people. I come to work every day. I wear jeans. I don't wear a suit anymore. I wear jeans. I'm putting a shirt on today. Normally I'm in a polo shirt or something. It's a great, friendly bunch of people. It's practical. It is just a great environment. So certainly, I would say to anybody who's interested in, any women interested in being in the trade, it's bloody good fun. It is also, as you say, I keep reflecting back to my view with my daughter. If Lucy said to me, "Dad, I want to get into plumbing, be a tradesperson," I go, "Go on, then, darling, you go for it. You do whatever you need to do, and I'll support you, and you make sure it's all fine." So I would only just say, as you say, it is our world, in our tradesperson's world, is a great world. The world needs tradespeople. It needs tradesmen, tradeswomen. So
Yeah.
go for anything you want to bloody well go for.
Yeah, that's a really great message. Thanks, Martin, for that. But yeah. I mean, I was talking to a 13-year-old the other day on a podcast
Yeah.
about futures. That's what I was saying to her is it's not up to your. I said to her, she's 13. It's not up to your generation to change the world. It's up to
Yeah.
our generation to change the world, to make it comfortable for you to come into it.
Yeah.
And I don't think many people think like that. I think that we're told, yes, encourage girls to be plumbers and encourage them to do this, but it's actually not up to them. Don't you think it's up to us to make that a world that these young people, men and women, would want to come into?
Yeah. Yeah. As you
And
say, I can refer to that because I said again, that's exactly the world I'm in. I couldn't believe if someone went so many years ago, my daughter, if she wanted to do something, wouldn't be allowed to do it. It offends me in every single fibre of my bloody body. But certainly, I would absolutely say yes, it is up to us. We're creating an environment. And if I look at Williams, we create a decent, friendly, nice environment. As I say, I'm currently at 20% of our workforce. And if that grows, that grows. We will be over the moon and happy to encourage that to be the case. So certainly, I would say, yes, you're right. It is up to us, and in our world, our seniority, our age. I'm an old man now, 51. I've got my time to try and make things right for my daughter and many daughters to come.
Do you think though that has your attitude changed since? I mean, everybody's attitude changes once they become a parent, but do you think you've changed in kind of the relevant ways that we're talking about since you had a daughter? Has it made you think about things you hadn't thought about before?
Yes, I mean, I should say, I grew up I grew up, mum and dad, and me and my brother. So we,
No.
both big guys. Both spent most of the time being arguing with each other. And then, yeah, when I got married, I brought my daughter into this world. It changed things for me.
Mm.
So absolutely, I would certainly say, you become a parent, you look at things differently. There's a, generation, but certainly,
Mm.
I still say it. I mentioned to her before. It is the thought now of my daughter setting a heart on something, and anybody even creating an environment that isn't receptive to that wouldn't wash with me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I expect us all to do this and make that the case.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that since we're actually the larger population, that we're 52% now. You're the diverse group now.
Yes.
But that means though that most people have a daughter, a sister,
Yeah. Yeah.
a niece.
Yes.
Most people will have. So
Yep.
surely with our joint efforts,
Yeah.
we can start to create that world that is good for those young women to come into. So
Yeah.
um, it only remains for me to say, Martin, that I really hope. Thank you again, one more time.
No worries
If
at
there's
all.
anything more you want to say, now's your chance. If you've done, then
I will take one moment, as I mentioned before. 20% of our workforce currently is women. We have some fantastic individuals in our business, fantastic women that are an absolute key part of our business, and I would thank them, and also, as I say, encourage anybody. I know we've got people going up to this exhibition, so I would take the opportunity to say, yeah, we fully support what you and the guys are doing at Women Installers together, and yeah, I pretty much hope to say you're round to the rafters with people in there, and look forward to happening again next year.
fantastic. Thank you so much, Martin. Everybody, say thank you to Martin, and thank you very much. See
No
ya.
worries. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.